been highly regarded since, but without a tournament win so far this year, it's clear that they've focused on trying to finish well. South Africa changed their team around a little bit, putting South Africa on the wing in the first game and leaving the paceman Siabelo Senatla to cool his heels a little bit.
And of course, that big win for England over Fiji. We're just looking at the team in second in the standings, and there could just be a little rugby miracle happening, possibly, unless Fiji can get themselves back into the mix. But it needs South Africa, of course, to win this one.
Absolutely, there's been some fantastic focus from the South African side. What a lovely run out by Ryan Kenkowski in the first game. Two beautiful tries, length of the field stuff. He's a big, strong, Super Rugby and international level loose forward, and he's really taken to the sevens game. He played it as a youngster, of course, but then was away from it from a number of years. He was electric this morning, and he'll want to carry on where he left off.
So we're all set then. South Africa against USA. Zach Test doing the aerial acrobatics. Bowls out for Perry Baker. Will come back for the knock-on.
Can't replace speed. Perry Baker got oodles and oodles of it. Carlin Isles, of course, as well. The two of them swapping roles a little bit in this side. Carlin Isles not here this tournament, but Perry Baker not short on the pace. Francois Hougaard starting at scrum half. He's also employed in a sweeping role, and they've got their pace man. They're out and out man with jet shoes, Senatla on the wing.
It'd be great to see the two 11s, wouldn't it? Go head to head in this one. Baker against Senatla.
Go forward.
155 tries, ninth on the all-time list, and top try scorer this season with 64.
Well, he's top try scorer this season by some distance, and that's Cecil Africa there, experienced, playing in a standoff role today. He's played inside, he's played at centre and at wing.
Madison Hughes, very influential in that first game for the USA. He's a buzzball of a player, isn't it? Lots of things that work in and around him.
Absolutely, he scored a beautiful try in the opening match. Danny Barrett was very, very big in this tournament last year. He's a name that the South Africans will want to watch, always disrupting in that tackle and ruck area, where it's so important for the turnovers that you were talking about, that South Africa try and feed off wherever they can.
Quite brilliant in that area. Their tackle success this series, third best in Paris, 80%. Get that area right. And hot.
No hands, up feet.
Little show from Africa. And it's Sage. And there he is. Senatla. First try here in London. And it's first blood to South Africa, who've camped themselves in the opening few minutes here in the USA's half.
Well, Perry Baker it was, he wanted the one-on-one, but look at this, you can just see Carl Barnes slips. It means Africa's got to go wide. Sage is a youngster, he was a South African schools representative in the centre. He's played both fly half and centre in the sevens, and it's his distribution. He just sees Perry Baker come off his man and he flicks the ball into the space, and Senatla is there quicker than anyone else and over for an opening score.
Not the first time we've said that this series, isn't it? And Senatla, nice conversion as well. And that strike rate that so good for South Africa this series. In terms of rucks per try, second best in the series. 1.9 ruck per try that they score. Shows that the pace that they play with, where they got pace. I mean, we're talking about Senatla, but there's pace all over this squad for South Africa. USA get themselves back into this game. Brought back in Trenton Palamo.
Well, I'm glad you're mentioning the stats there, Johnny, so important, aren't they? But it's the application of the stats and what you learn from them. And the speed of ruck is probably the most talked about thing in world rugby at the moment, because the effectiveness of a ruck is genuinely measured on the speed that it can allow you to attack. And South Africa have really focused on it. And there you can see all of the sides. Well, Fiji leaning the least rucks per try because they want to get away without having to be taken on. Here's Barrett.
But that stat, I'm sure we can say it again. But two teams who play very differently. Fiji want to take the ball off the ground and keep it in the air. South Africa, the reason they have so many rucks is because they turn the ball over, bang, and it's away to Sinatla.
Absolutely. And the pace of that is so important to their game. Here's Hogard, he'll start it again. Try coming up the short side with Sage.
It's been brilliant for Worcester, it really has. Here is the scrum half. Big hit, Anufa. Here comes South Africa again. Here comes Sinatla again against Baker. And Baker wins that little head-to-head.
That was brilliant by Perry Baker. I think Sinatla tucked the ball in. Forgot about how quick Baker can be. He was across. Look at that. It's a lovely pass from Kankowski. Misses two. Not always the smartest thing, and that is Perry Baker at his finest. That's a brilliant piece of defensive play from a guy who started in 7 straight out of athletics. The physical side of rugby certainly hasn't eluded him, but it's not necessarily the biggest part of his game. It's watching him with ball in hand and the length of the field in front of him.
And it's interesting, isn't it, when you use your pacemen like Sinatla, South Africa, we saw the quick miss-out pass by South Africa to get it to their pacemen. When you're up against a man who's equally as quick, it makes you want to think about how you're actually going to play the game and just change things possibly slightly for South Africa here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the two cutbacks, one from Kyle Brown there, one from Dylan Sage, have opened up. Hogard was fantastic over the advantage line. Here he is in the unfamiliar role of throwing the ball in at a line-out. No doubt to be working hard on that. I don't think that's...
Not straight. Option.
Well, there we go. The referee's helped us with it. I don't think that's the straightest throw I've ever seen.
You're being very generous. He's better with the balls below shoulder level, isn't he? Hogard. Madison Hughes up against him in this one. So last play of this first half, just the one score converted by South Africa. Can USA use their paceman? Nice test right through the middle. Lovely against the angle test. Will be snagged. Did he knock that one on? Yes, he did. And again, the pace, but in a different role from Sinatla, tracking back defensively. Brilliant work from him. And it'll be 7-0 to South Africa at half-time for the break of this one.
This game is 7-0. Our indecision and lack of action is letting us down. So the long and short of this, we'll hold on to the ball, we'll look after the ball, all right, and we make good decisions, you're going to create opportunities. But when we're creating opportunities, we've got to flood on the support. We can't watch, we've got to go. Test these through, we weren't on his shoulder. We've got to drop the afterburners. Simple as. Be smart, stay in the arm wrestle in attack, trust our plays, and when you get the other side, you've got to flood the line breaks. Defensively, just look at what they're doing. They're playing back, they're showing early, then slide across and make your hits. Okay? They're trying to give Sinatla a one-on-one. So just pick him up one-on-one. Everybody else do their job so he can mark Sinatla. And then we're in business. And then we can put him under pressure. Okay, we need to be a bit more aggressive in the contact area. Our CC's got to be in this game. Be in this game. Okay? Stay in the arm wrestle. It's 7-0. Come on.
Die attitude's there, the work rate's there. Ons hou die eerste bal. Okay, beloof jy as jy die bal gaan hou, hulle gaan nie hulle kan uit het nou nie. Hou die eerste bal, ons gaan kry punte en dan kan ons die subs vandag maak. Papa, believe, Lazarus. Yes.
Just kick off receive now, James. Let's look up. Kick off receive, let's talk, let's move.
Yeah, nice instruction at half time. One thing that I picked up from Mike Friday, there's plenty of instruction in there, but it was to flood. When the man makes the break, flood. That Test made that break at the end of that first half, and they didn't flood in behind him. And they'll need to do that if there's any chance in this game. 7-0 down in this tie against South Africa. What we reckon will be the pool decider. Unless the results go the way, these will be the two who go through. Samoa lost twice already. Senatla. There's no Perry Baker to chase him down. Your pace and strength and balance. He is a joy to watch with a rugby ball in his hand.
That's an unbelievable piece of individual play there from South Africa. We know he's got the experience. He was sitting on the wing waiting for the ball. He just gassed it up there, and with Sage, I felt that pass might have come too early. It gave Africa so much more to do, but look at that. Beats one, bumps off another, hands off the last one, and he's over. That's a really, really special piece of play from the experienced flyer.
Try 1, 3, 4.
He just notices who's coming across, understands what he can do. The second bump here was good, and the handoff, a little bit of awareness, looking to see who's around him, and gets closer for his own conversion.
First South African direct through the 1,000-point mark. Of course, that incredible, decisive try in the gold medal final at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Big part of what is often some really good play for South Africa. Cecil Africa, been here, done it, hasn't he? He's got the commemorative mark, the tea towel, the lot.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of experience in the side, and Carl Brown and South Africa would have played together a lot. There was a little high five between them. Some concern now in the corner. There's Carl Brown just been treated for, it looks like, a facial injury. And they were competing for that ball in the sky.
And his physicality, we were saying earlier in the first half, the physicality at the breakdown, he equally is important at the breakdown and in the way that South Africa play.
Absolutely.
I don't think we've ever agreed so much ever in the space of 10 minutes, Bob.
That is a lovely 14 minutes on air. Really, Johnny.
It's because we haven't got a beer in our hand, that's why we're agreeing.
Great minds think alike, but fools never differ. South Africa are going to take this penalty. Now it's Sage who's come up. You know, it's a tap move, it's a set move, it's a restart. They'll want to get another try between them and their very able opposition.
Fake to go left, and then go right, and then come out left again. Smash to ground. Was Carl Brown. Speckman. Good tournament in Paris. Zach Test in there with a tackle on Carl Brown. You see the strength of the man, though.
Yeah, that was a good piece of play by Carl Brown. He stopped the panic. Took the ball up. Very competitive. They're not going to die wondering. The United States. South Africa very keen on making sure they qualify here. Fiji have already had one dip so far, and if things don't go according to plan in the remaining matches in the pool, South Africa will use this victory.
Yeah, rolling subs
in their campaign. Here, the rolling subs. You're right.
I apologise, Bob. Rolling subs in for another year, isn't it? We will see that in Rio. More special teams, isn't it? They come on the NFL, and we're not just talking about the new man for Fiji. Here comes South Africa again. Snyman. He's knocked it on. Feel USA have to strike and strike quickly here. This game is ticking away from them.
Absolutely. It's a rare mistake from Philip Snyman. He's Mr. Consistent in the South African side. He's taken over the captaincy. One of those sort of almost underrepresented heroes of the team. Not too much said about him, but he goes about his business. I tell you, the people who sing his praises the most are the guys he plays with.
Number 10.
Probably the best measure. Exactly, like a Frankie Horn. Always there when you need him.
No sub, no sub.
Mike Addis is just wondering if he got some fresh legs to come on. Perry Baker is out there up against Sanatla.
Set.
I wonder will be the Baker-Sanatla show. Oh, he's been given a yard. Oh, and Sanatla's on the floor. Like to see that one again. Perry Baker smashed.
Easy.
Doff of the cap to Cecil Africa. He saw it coming, knew what was going to come from the USA, tracked him back. All that experience.
A really smart bit of play here though. Watch that. Afterwards, just Cecil Africa having a body clash with Perry Baker because Siabela Sanatla was tripped up in back play. Not necessarily on purpose, but there's your man covering across. It's a brilliant tackle, stops the offload.
Didn't know what he was doing.
At this sort of level, the athletes all working so hard for the advantage. What a wonderful piece of play by Cecil Africa.
Perry Baker with the ball in the wrong hand, unable to put the fend in there. And those are the tiny nuances in rugby that you have to get right. And you can imagine Sanatla in that situation. The ball's in the correct hand. It should have been under the left arm and fending with the right.
Well, that's right. It's another skew throw there. South Africa will be disappointed with having given that away. They don't want to allow the USA into this game, especially late on now, where they could draw it up and with two quick tries. So they'll want a good counter scrum here and then some pressure.
This will be the first visit to the 22, and USA are through. Anufe. South Africa holding on for the penalty, and you suspect that may well be the ball game right there.
Well, that's a brilliant piece of play by Chris Dry. Roscoe Speckman it was who came across for the tackle. Anufe making a lovely break from deep. Speckman's going to try and find the touchline, which he does, and every second now makes a difference for South Africa. So a 14-point lead for them. They'll be pleased with aspects of the game, but it was a stuttering start.
And I guess from the USA's point of view, and Mike Friday, he was not a happy man after Paris. Felt the energy levels were low. Players weren't eating quite correctly. Just had no energy, and their outside players just didn't function well. They're functioning well here in London, so be a plus for them. They can regroup. Overthrow. Oh, and here it is. They will score. The US. Asperger. They have a chance, USA. Only a minute left on the clock. Need to take the conversion quickly, but not that quickly.
Well, Nate Asperger it was who scored a beautiful try. Bad throw from South Africa over the top. Timothy Agabo went up, but it was taken quickly at the back by Asperger. So the USA are going to try and get back into this. It's almost unwinnable now.
Something I think you win from here. Having said that, retain the possession, and that's without Madison Hughes on the field. It has 100% retention and restarts. Finishing strongly here, the USA. Finkelman, one of the stronger men of the outfit for the USA. Anufe. All defence now for South Africa, but as we know, they're more than happy to play that game and then strike. Final play then for USA. Not going to win this one. Want to finish in a high though. It's going to their final pool game. There's the hooter. Long pass out there. Gaga for USA. And they pull another try back, but it is too little, too late for Mike Friday's men.
Well, that's exactly the refrain, and it was after the hooter. So the game will be over after this, and South Africa know that they're lucky that they only woke up the sleeping giant